So we are going to create a simple topology. And so to begin creating a simple topology or diagram, you will first need a PC, which is an end device. So we will select two PCs. In every topology or diagram, you might need switch. So you will select switch from here. Which switch do we supposed to take? I will say let's take layer 2 switch for each. Using these two switches for each PC, it means that it's easy for scalability because of the switch, because you can easily add many as possible pieces here. And so you will need router, as the router will help distribute the networks. This is the router. So we are going to connect them. We will use straight through cable. What about the router? Router, we can use straight through cable, another straight through cable. Now, you can see that it has turned green, but it doesn't mean it's configured yet. So we are going to configure it. And so to make sure it runs fast, you can use this one, the forward up, and both will change to green. It doesn't mean that it is configured. Now let's configure the PCs. You click the PC and then you go to desktop. You see the IP configuration. You select the IP configuration, and then you can see that here there is a DHCP and static. DHCP is a dynamic control protocol, which we don't want that. Rather, we want the static. We want to set it as a static. So what is the IP address we want to use? Well, let's use 192.168.1.5. The subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. Let's see what default gateway we want to use. What default gateway do you think we should use? Let's take 192.168. Let's say 1.2. That is the default gateway that we are using. Alright, now you can see that, let's say it is configured now. You see the static IP address, the fast Ethernet. You see the 192.168.5, the IP address, the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. Now let's see the second PC here. Again, we go to desktop, click on IP address. Again, we select the static IP address, and then what IP address we should use. You can use again 192.168.2, let's say .19 or 15 or whatever. Let's say .20. Again, 255.255.255.0, and see the incredible thing. Immediately you type the IP address, automatically the subnet will be given to you. Again, let's use the same default gateway, 192.168.2, let's say let's use 4. Alright, so yes, that's it. So you can come here and you cancel it. Now we have configured this one, the PC1 and PC2. But again, let's rename the PC right here. Let's say this is PC1 and this is PC2, right? But you see it's not showing here, so let's go here and rename it PC1 and PC2. Alright, let's leave it here. Let's leave it here. Let's got the IP address of it. Let's label the IP address. What is the IP address? 192.168.1.5. So let's label it here. 192.168.1.5. Let's say .5. Yes, correct. That is a. And let's see, what about this one? 192.168.2.20. Let's label it here. 192.168.2.20. Correct. Now we got the IP address for both. How about the switch? We are going to configure the switches. Let's see. Again, we are going to change the name here. It says switch 0. Let's change it to switch number 1. This one we are going to change it later. Let's come here, switch number 2 here. Again, let's label it so we can know. S1 number 2 and SW number 1. Well done. We got the switch 1. We got the switch number 2. Again, we are going to see the this. We can see the Ethernet here. What Ethernet is using? Let's look at this one. What Ethernet is it using? This is F01. Let's label it so we won't forget. F0/1. That's fast Ethernet 01. How about this one? Let's see what this one means. Fast Ethernet 02. Let's label it here. Fast Ethernet 02. Sweet. Now how about this one? It says it is fast Ethernet 00. F0. And this one is F02. F02. Sweet. So we got them now. This is a switch 1 and this is a switch 2. What about the IP addresses here? Alright, so we got a switch 1 here. We are going to configure them. Let's start off with the switch 1. If you want to configure the switch number 1, first of all you go to the CLI and then you type enter enable. The enable means that we are going to the exit mode. Let's end it here. First of all, enable config T. What are you going to do? We're going to change the name. So host name. What name are we going to give it? We're going to give SW1. That's it. it is configured now. You can see that it's showing there. And then what are we going to do again? We are going to set it VLAN for it. What is the VLAN? If you want to set the VLAN, you're going to enter interface. So interface VLAN 1. How are you going to set it? What interface VLAN are you going to use it? I suggest we use probably 192 IP address 192 dot 168 dot let's use 1 dot, let's say 5, right? And enter. Oh, incomplete command. So it means that we're going to use 192.168.1.5. What about what was the subnet mask? We're going to use 255.255.255.0. Well, what was the subnet mask we used? Let's say the subnet we're going to use is how do we set VLAN? First of all, we are going to enter the VLAN 1, then we are going to use IP address 192.168.1. Let's use .1.3. Alright, let's use .1.3, and we're going to use 255.255.255.0 as the subnet mask. Enter. Then no shutdown, and then we exit. That is it. So what is the default gateway we are using? Let's wait and see the default gateway. Let's see if it is configured right here. That's it. VLAN is, that's it, that's correct, it's set. Let's set the second one here. First of all, config t hostname. Hostname. What is the hostname? 2. Alright, now we got the hostname 2. What is it? VLAN address interface VLAN what is it? You're going to use 192.168.2. Let's say 4 to 2.4. Oh, so we're going to type IP address 192.168.2.4. What is the subnet mask we are going to use? 255.255.255.0. That's it. And then again, we're going to no shutdown, and then we exit. After that, what is the default gateway? Let's see there if it is configured or not. We got this one here. We set the switch. Let's see. That's it, the default gate. That's it. Let's say this one here. The Vlan is set. How about the default gateway? Let's see if the default gateway is set or not. We're going to go there. And we got it already. Now, how about the PCs? What's the default gateway we use for it? 192. The default gateway is 2. Okay, how about this? The default gateway. The default gateway we use is let's see from here, what is the default gateway here? 2.4, that is the default gateway we use. PC we use 4, and this we use PC1. Now how are we going to use it again? We are going to configure the router. How do we configure the router? Again, you go there and then we change the name. Let's say R1. That's what we're going to use. And then we go there. How are we going to configure the routers? Before we configure the router, first of all, what is the IP address we're going to use for the router? But before then, we're going to configure the fast Ethernet. We make the cables. So let's see how we're going to. First of all, let's change the name to start. We're going to enable it. Config T. What is the host name? Host name we're going to use is R1. That's it. So we're going to configure the fast Ethernet. This is the R1. We're going to configure the fast Ethernet 00, the left side. So how are we going to do it? First of all, let's start off with that is the fast Ethernet 001 and 00. So we're going to configure the interface F0/0. That is the. So we are using the F0/0. This is it. This is the one. And then what is the IP address for it? The IP address we are going to use 192.168.1.2. What is the default gateway? What is the subnet mask we are going to use? We are going to use 255.255.255.0. Again, we're going to configure it like that. Then we set it no shutdown. That is it. Then we exit. That is correct. You see, the cable has changed right now. Let's forward again. You see, the cable is changed. The reason why the cable is changed is because it is now configured right here. So this one can go straight there. What about the other side? F00, F01. Again, let's end it and let's enable it. We're going to use the interface first Ethernet 01. That is what we're going to use. So first Ethernet 0 to the IP address. What is the IP address we are going to use? Let's use 192.168.1.2, then 255.255.255.0. That is the starting net mask we have. Let's start it out. It says overlap. Why is it saying overlap? It's because the first one we used was different. So let's say no. So anytime you make mistake, you can change it right from there. You say no IP address. Copy and paste it. So 192.168.2.4 255.255.255.0. Why? Because the first one, the reason why we had an overlap message is because we use the same IP address. Of course, it's going to be overlap. So let's set this one to this and no message. Then we exit it. Let's see what has happened over there. You see the cable has changed. Let's forward it a bit. Straight away, we got a change now. So, have you done with the configuration? Yes, we have done with the first part configuration. How are we going to know that it is working? First of all, let's ping our PC here. Let's ping the switch. What is the IP address of the switch? The IP address of the switch, we use the Vlan, so 192.168.1.3. Let's ping that. Ping 192.168.1.3. Is that correct? Let's see. The Vlan is 3. That's correct. Let's ping it and see what will happen. Alright, it's working here. Straight. Let's ping it again. 192.168.1.3. Let's ping it again and see the outcome. There we go. We get it right. That's it. So let's ping the router as well. What is the fast Ethernet router we use? We use 192.168.1.2. Let's ping that as well. Ping 192.168.1.2. Let's see. Again, it's working. It's working. Let's ping it again to make sure it's working perfect. Let's go. Wait, see it's working. Alright, so let's ping this one. This switch. How are we going to ping it? It's 2.4. So let's ping it. Ping 192.168.2.4. Let's see. Again, it's working. Straight, we got everything correct. How about the PC? Let's ping the PC. 192.168.2.20. Let's ping it again. Let's ping that and see the outcome. Okay, it's delaying. Perfect. It's working now. Got it. Work. Let's ping it again. 192.168.2.20. Perfect. It's working. Good. Alright. Let's do it from this side as well. Let's pick first of all the router. 192.168. What is it? Default gate 2.4. 2.4. And let's say, there we go. It's working. It's working. Let's ping it. Let's ping the router. What is a router from here to there? It is 192.168.2.4. 192.168.2.4. Let's see. It's good. It's working. Let's pin the other side. Pin 192.168.1.3. Is it 1.3? But 1.2. Alright. But 1.2. Perfect. It's working from there as well. Let's pin 192.168.1.2. Let's see that. Let's switch. Let's 3. That's correct. 3. Let's see if we are going to. Let's see if it's going to work out on the switch. Let's see. It didn't reach the switch. Okay. Okay. What is the switch? Let's see the switch. 192.168.1.3. Let's ping again. 192.168.1.3. Was it a 3? Yes. Let's see. It's not able to reach it. Why can't it get there? Alright, we're going to ping the PC. Since it can come up, let's see if it's going to work on PC. It's working on the PC, so why can't it reach? Let's wait. .4. 192.168.2.4. It's working, so why can't it get back? Means that something is wrong here. What is the default gateway? Alright, let's test it here, see if it's working. Successful. 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 Right. Let's take this one back here. Successful. Successful. In progress. It's failed. So you're going to see why is it failing. Successful. So why can't this one reach there? Let's see the result. It's beautifully configured. So let's see.